friends, this is Jen back with Piper. I just filmed her chewing up an entire flip-flop of mine. In fact, I just cleaned it up, or I was in the process of cleaning it up from this carpet. You can still see little bits of leather. And what happens, she comes back with another shoe. So this is what I'm talking about. Puppy shoe obsession. Do you see this? It's crazy. So this shoe I had actually put onto the pile to give to the thrift store. And she took it off the pile and I found it on the floor with her toys. You see how much she loves it. This dog absolutely loves shoes. She has been chewing on shoes since she was a puppy. Almost from the very day that we brought her home, we discovered that we had to keep all of the shoes like locked away in a closet or up on the shelf. You know, we had a lot of shoes on the back porch, like rain boots and, you know, other garden shoes and sneakers for wearing outside or whatever. And all of them, I literally, you guys, all of them ended up out in the backyard with the insoles ripped out, and if they were particularly tasty, like this one apparently is, you know, they were, you know, gnawed on and ripped apart. So, thank you for the hearts. Piper is really cute. That's what we were talking about earlier. I just broadcast a little bit earlier when she was sort of running around after the first shoe that she chewed on. And we were doing some tricks, and I mean, she is awfully cute, you know? That is why, I mean, how can you get mad at that? Look at that little face, right? Piper is an Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix. She is 6 months old. If you can, let me get a wider shot of her. There's one of her chewed up bears on the couch that you can see behind her. So in addition to shoes, you know, we have probably 50 million toys for her. You know how puppies are. You got to keep them occupied with lots of different toys. I did another Periscope on her favorite toys. I might have to do that again. I would be interested to hear if anyone has puppies, if they have the same kind of shoe obsession. So we have another dog. His name is Dasher. He's the same breed as Piper. Let's go over and introduce Dasher. I know this is really fascinating watching her watching her gnaw in this shoe. It's kind of interesting, like which shoes she chooses also, because when she first started this little obsession, I gave her particular shoes to have, like her own. Like, here's your shoe, Piper, and you can chew on that. And you know, she didn't like them. So only the ones she can't have, or there's something particular. Now this shoe, before I introduced Dasher, I did say I was going to do that. This shoe is sort of like a soft felt. Maybe that's why she likes it. It's got a hard heel on the back. It's a wedge for those ladies who like wedges. This was my daughter's shoe. It's got a little flower on the top, as you can see. Piper pretty much ripped that apart. This really is truly a Periscope of a dog chewing up a shoe. Closed toe shoe or sandal open was the question. This is a closed toe shoe. It does not have a sandal open toe. So it's a little bit like a winter weather maybe wedge that you might be looking at here. It's sort of like a wool texture. It's very soft. It has a really beautiful, see a little bit of the insole, you see? It's really a very beautiful shoe. Oh, does the dog have a preference of the shoes? I really can't tell you what preference it is. So here's the shoe she chewed up earlier, you guys. It was one of my old flip-flops. One of my old garden flip-flops. I don't know, she ripped the whole thing apart. Chewed the sole from the leather was all over the place. So I really cannot figure out what it is in particular that she likes about certain shoes. At first I thought maybe she just liked, you know, like dogs like stinky stuff. Like that was one of my she chewed old garden shoes for a while, so I thought maybe it was that. But this is a relatively new shoe. I think maybe my daughter only wore it a few times. So there must be something about that heel. As you can see, she's really going after that. Let's see if we can get a little close-up here. Put down the flip-flop and see if she goes to it instead. Okay, let's try it. Let's do a little trick. She's really into this. She's super focused. Let's see if she likes this flip-flop, because obviously I don't have another one. Oh, do you like that? Oh, see? Maybe this is it. She likes that. Yeah, no? Leather is a cowhide. Dogs love chewing cowhide. Yes, they do. This one, however, is like, well, maybe it does have some leather in it, you guys. You might be right. Around the bottom, maybe, even though it's a felt shoe, it might have some leather at the bottom that she, you know, in the sole. We can get a close-up here of that. Man, she is really going at it. She loves it. So she did not prefer the sandal, which she was really obsessed about earlier. Now she's into the wedge. Very cute. So I was going to introduce you guys to Dasher, who is our 12-year-old Border Collie Australian Shepherd. He is sleeping now. He's a little tired. He's a little bit more of a fluffy dog. Beautiful brown eyes he's always had. And what he wants me to do now is probably rub his belly. Because, thank you for the hearts. Dasher, you got good hearts. Yes, people like you. And the Piper said, wait a minute, what about me? Yes, they're so happy to see this good old dog. See, this is the thing about Dasher, is he has just been... Oh, here comes Piper. She's got her shoe. She likes to be near Dasher. Let's see if we can get a little bit more light on this subject here. Do we have this camera? Yeah, there we go. A little bit more light on these dogs. We were just about to settle down for the evening. Oh, there you can see, those are all Piper's toys in the background. Can you see those? Look, Dasher. He's like, seriously, you interrupted my nap. That's so true. I love that comment. That cracks me up. He is. Oh, see? And so what happens is Dasher doesn't like to really be disturbed, right? But Piper wants to be near him, so she'll bring toys over and drop it right in front of him. And then he'll say, get out of my personal space, right? He's like, God, everyone's in my personal space. And Piper's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I got this shoe. She's like, don't you want to help me? Dasher's like, no, I don't want to help you. Leave me alone. So yeah, I think that what I may do is like an analysis on shoes, right? I should go to the thrift store and buy several different kinds and see if we can figure out what exactly is it about the shoe that really, Piper finds so interesting. And she pretty much gnawed that whole sole off of there. And now she's just going right for the, you know what it could be, you guys? It could be the fabric. She likes to dig in there and rip it out. Sometimes in a bone, like when they're ripping the, the insides out of the bone, she's trying to it's like a challenge. This is quite a toy, actually. It's quite a fun toy. But, and again, Dasher's like, dude, I'm tired. Right, baby. Yes. He had a big day. We're in North Carolina. It's raining now. We are supposed to get 10 inches of rain this weekend. It's not from the hurricane, but we have a low pressure front that is that's coming up the East Coast. And so it's going to be a super rainy weekend. And we have someone who said, yes. Are you in North Carolina? Yeah, it does suck, doesn't it, you guys? It's been raining for days, and now we're supposed to get 10 inches this weekend. And, I really don't, mind. The thing I'm worried about this weekend is that we're going to get some wind that's going to knock down trees and take our power out. And then we won't be able to watch Piper chew shoes and do periscopes. So hopefully we still have power so that we can, and Dasher doesn't care. We're going to the barbecue festival in Lexington. No, we're not. We might have to go to the barbecue festival in Lexington. We'll be looking for something to do maybe this weekend. Barbecue sounds like a good like a really good option. We like barbecue. Barbecue is delicious. So as we can see, Piper is like all over this shoe. Like this is, you know, classic shoe. She's just, man, she's ripping it apart. This is like way into like the meat, you know, like the innards of the, this is like when you really get focused on something and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna rip it apart. Like that, she is into it. And Dasher doesn't really care. He's taking, no. He's a good dog. But you know what, if you've noticed, between these two dogs, they're, oh, been to the pit in Raleigh. Yes, we have been to the pit numerous times. It is delicious. If you guys ever come to Raleigh and want a good place to get barbecue, you have got to go to the pit. Make reservations, particularly on the weekend, because they get really super busy. But, oh my gosh, we love the pit. Yes, 2 thumbs up to the pit for sure. But, so Piper is, so like I said before, they're the same breed, but Piper is a short hair, as you can see. And, oh, someone said Lexington is the best. Well, we're going to have to get down to Lexington, and we're going to have to try that. I'm making a note as we speak. Lexington barbecue, here we come. We might be going to the festival this weekend. But Dasher, as you can see, he's long hair. He's sort of a fluffy dog. He's got like fluffy tail, and like Piper's tail is not fluffy. It reminds me of a little flag. But yeah, Piper is into it, you guys. Totally into it. And I love this shot, don't you, where Dasher's just like, let me sleep. And Piper's like, I am going to chew on this shoe for the next 5 years. That is really what's happening. So for some of you guys who just joined, this is Piper. She is ripping apart a shoe that was supposed to go to the thrift store. I just did a Periscope earlier. We were talking about the flip-flop. Let's see. If we go to the barbecue festival, take the train. Oh, only once a year. Okay. Yes, we will do that. Cool. What a good tip. We love the train. Oh my gosh, we love going on trains so much, and we don't do enough of it. So that would be, what an awesome weekend trip to take the train to Lexington for a barbecue. That's such a good tip. We're so going to do that. So yeah, earlier I did a Periscope of Piper who got one of my flip-flops. Now she has a wedge. And I thought this was particularly good content for a Periscope because she is really into it. Whereas earlier she had already chewed up the flip-flop and I just found like the carnage all over the floor. So I was in the middle of cleaning it up and then she got that wedge. But she is totally loving it. Yep. There's no saving that shoe. But I noticed about Piper that she also likes to like really flop things around, you know, with her toys and stuff. She really likes to, you know, they make sure they flop everywhere. And I think that's what she likes about this shoe too, is a little heavier on the edge so she can kind of flop it. So, all right, you guys, I think we're going to sign off. It's about time for us to have dinner. And what do the shoes you're wearing look like now? Yeah, so she's tried to get these before. These are another one of my old flip-flop kinds of shoes, just like the one she chewed up earlier. These are my older flip-flop shoes that I really love because they were super comfortable. And I don't know, and I could, you know, if it's chilly, I can put a little pair of socks on, even though it's really tacky, and just go outside. But I tried to give her this shoe. I found this one in the closet, and I was like, oh, yes, an old flip-flop. And she doesn't like it at all. I know. Isn't that weird? So, yeah, she likes the shoe I wear. If we go back to here is the final. Here is the final shoe. Let's look at this. Yep. See, nice it had a nice little bow on it at one time. It was a nice little wedge. Now, totally destroyed. But you know what? The dog had fun, and I guess that is the most important thing. Anyway, y'all, we're going to sign off. Thank you for watching. We're going to be going to Lexington for barbecue for sure. So, appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the hearts.
and we'll see you later. Have a good night.